What we are going to do first is we are going to watch the cinematic. We will start all of these expansions with the cinematic. Okay, we're starting, my god.
Years have passed since the mortal races banded together and stood united against the might of the Burning Legion. Though Azeroth was saved, the tenuous pact between the Horde and the Alliance has all but evaporated. The drums of war thunder once again.
That part right there with the Night Elf, that was when I knew I loved the game. And I knew I loved Night Elves. I was like, I can turn into an animal? What? Isn't it Sylvanas? Ladrana? Everything was pretty accurate in that trailer, but what do we know about druids and night elves? In Classic, mostly the men were the druids, and the women were the hunters. But in the Classic trailer, it's a female night elf, and it was a druid. She was a druid. So I'm wondering if they did that because they wanted to bring in some appeal for players, or yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's one of the things we're looking at. That this is what we're analyzing. Like, why did Blizzard build it this way? Game design. They said we want money. So these are the questions we're asking. And yes, that is Jimothy. And yes, I've got my green screen working, so we're trying. Okay. So with this, she pretty much explained it in the cinematic. So now we are entering as a human paladin, and let's watch this intro cinematic. Okay, let's get it started. No, the loading screen. See, that's why they want me to do it. I haven't been in...
noble humans of Stormwind are a proud, tenacious race. Though the recent invasion of the demonic Burning Legion decimated their sister kingdom of Lordaeron, the defenders of Stormwind stand vigilant against any who would threaten the sanctity of their lands. Nestled in the foothills of Elwyn Forest, Stormwind City is one of the last bastions of human power in the world.
Is this Uther?
Ruled by the Child King Anduin Wrynn, the people of Stormwind remain steadfast
Or Tyrion?
in their commitment to the Grand Alliance. Backed by their stalwart allies, the armies of Stormwind have been called away to fight the savage horde on distant battlefields. With the armies gone, the defense of Stormwind now...
It's not Tyrannus, is it?
Citizens, you must defend the
Yeah.
kingdom against the foul mongrels that encroach upon it, and hunt down the...
Oh yeah, my son, yeah.
...who seek to destroy it from within. Now is the time for heroes. Now humanity's greatest chapter can be told.
Okay, so what we have done is we have spawned in Northshire Valley, which is where it's a lore thing. So, and he's a furbog. Okay, sure. Okay.
What can I do?
Deputy Willem. I hope you strapped your belts on tight, young paladin, because there's work to do here in Northshire. And I don't mean farming. The Stormwind Guards are hard-pressed to keep the peace here. With so many of us in distant lands, and so many threats pressing close, and so we're enlisting the aid of anyone willing to defend their home, and their alliance. If you're here to answer the call, then speak with my superior, Marshal McBride. He's inside the abbey behind me. Okay, so I'm wondering if this is specifically a church song. Hold on. Yeah, so this is Elwyn, and then when you come in here, this is what a cathedral would sound like. Or an abbey. Really nice and pretty. Okay.
King's honor, friend.
Hey, citizen, you look like a stout one. We guards are spread a little thin out here, and I could use your help.
What can I do for you?
Ah, good, another volunteer. We're getting a lot of you these days. Hope it's enough. Human lands are threatened from without, and so many of our forces have been marshaled abroad. This, in turn, leaves room for corrupt and lawless groups to thrive within our borders. It is a many-fronted battle we wage, Lorik. Gird yourself for a long campaign.
Greetings.
Your first task is one of cleansing, Lorik. A clan of kobolds have infested the woods to the north. Go there and fight the kobold vermin you find. Reduce their numbers so that we may one day drive them from Northshire.
Light bless you.
So, what we are seeing in this is that pretty much it sounds like the Alliance and like the humans are trying to kind of recover in their they're trying to recover in their like in their lands after everything that happened with Arthas invading, like killing the king in Lordaeron, and there were so many that fled to Stormwind. What has happened is that it seems like the Alliance army are low on numbers, and so they have started recruiting people, and that's where our character and all these characters running around have kind of come in. So here in Northshire and in Elwyn Forest, it seems like there are threats on all sides that are kind of coming at the humans, and so what we have to do is we have to start helping the army defeat the people and entities in the forests of Elwyn that are kind of encroaching upon them. So we need to go kill kobolds, and what we know about kobolds is that they are little like rat people. They're obsessed with candles, and in the War Within we found out they like candles because of the darkness. They're scared of the dark because of the entity in it. We have kind of found out in like what we know right now in Classic. I'm gonna try not to jump ahead, but here we know them as little rat people that have candles, and they like candles. And so what we have to do, we need to make sure that we are killing the vermin. Because it seems like there are vermin and there are workers. What is the difference between them? The workers seem to have... I don't know what kind of weapons... Oh, they have little, like, maces. Little axes. Whereas the vermin seem to have, staves. So I don't know if they have their own little, like, classes of kobolds that they have. Also, welcome in, Azerothian. Glad that you're here. They are cute. I fucking love... I love kobolds. Now, we're using Seal of Righteousness, which is going to fill us with Holy Spirit, and it will make our melee attacks deal more holy damage. Already almost level 2. Damn. If you look at these tents, what you can see is that there are faces on these. So this is a fun little design choice. On the tents, it looks like they're made of human skin, and there are faces on these tents. I will try to point out all these little things as we need to. I'm trying to debate whether or not I want to use Questy or not. I'm like, should I use Questy? I'm gonna make a poll. If you guys can answer this, Questy will literally tell me. It tells me where where I gather quests and where to turn them in. Tell me if you don't want me to use it or not. Please vote. If you don't want me to use it, say no. Well done, citizen. Those kobolds are thieves and cowards, but in large numbers they pose a threat to us. And the humans of Stormwind do not need another threat. For defeating them, you have my gratitude. So please vote. It's almost up.
Be careful.
Okay. Hey, citizen. You look... Oh, we already read that. Consecrated letter. I was asked to bring this to your attention as soon as you return from the kobold camps, Lurk. It appears to be a letter sealed with the insignia of Brother Samuel, our local paladin trainer. I wouldn't hesitate to read it before you go about any other business here in the Abbey. I hope this letter finds you well, Paladin. I say that with great pride, because not many can profess such profound faith, but also know that they are among the most elite of Azeroth's protectors. Always remember, first and foremost, it is your duty to go battle against those who seek to harm our world and bring corruption into our homes. I have been given authority over your training for the time being. When you are ready, seek me out inside Northshire Abbey. Brother Samuel, Paladin Trainer.
What can I do for you?
Finally, we meet face to face, brother to brother. I welcome you to Northshire. This will be your home for a short time while you learn the ins and outs of things, how things are done. But know that Stormwind is not far off, and sooner or later, your path will take you there. But until then, be patient. Knight of the Silver Hand. Wait, so we're already a Knight of the Silver Hand? We didn't do anything. In the meantime, you should know one or two other things. You are a symbol to many here in this land. Act accordingly. The holy light shines within you. and it will be obvious to both your allies and your enemies. Also, as you gain in wisdom and power, you'll need to train to learn new abilities. That's where I come in. When you feel you've gained some experience here in Northshire, come back to me and I will teach you what I feel you are ready to learn. Good luck, Paladin.
Be careful.
And we should learn a lot about the Silver Hand whenever we are in Legion as well, which will be great. All right, so what we need to do is we need to kill kobold workers, which is great.
Hello.
What are these blue quests? Why are they blue?
Good day to you.
Egan Peltskinner is looking for someone to hunt wolves for him. That's good news, because we're seeing a lot more wolves in Northshire Valley lately. If you're interested, then speak with Egan. He's around the side of the abbey to the left. So what would draw more wolves to Northshire Valley? Do they eat kobolds?
Safe travels.
That's what I want to know. Alright. Recently, a new group of thieves have been hanging around Northshire. They call themselves the Defias Brotherhood and have been seen across the river to the east. I don't know what they're up to, but I'm sure it's not good. Bring me the bandanas they wear and I'll reward you with a weapon. Alright, so we now know that not only are the military dealing with kobolds and wolves, we are also seeing that they are dealing with these people called the Defias Brotherhood. Well, look at this gaggle of gays. Hi, Hanson.
See you around.
Anthan. And that's why I'm trying to figure it out. Like, that's what we're like figuring out, you guys. And so that quest where he's like, come talk to this guy, that is a breadcrumb quest. He's trying to send us to him.
Hey there.
That's true. I'm looking for someone to hunt me some wolves. Are you that person?
How are you?
Okay. So he hates them. He hates the wolves, and he wants us to go ahead and he wants us to kill them because he also likes wolf meat. So we will be killing things. A lot of things. You're supposed to fight to want to be here. I would hope you guys would want to be here in my streams. I always enjoy seeing you guys. Whatever, Hanson's always in your streams. If anything, Hanson doesn't like me.
King's honor, friend.
I don't like hearing of all these kobolds in our mine. No good can come of this. Oh, we love a good Gregorian chant. Is that all? Okay. I don't like hearing of all these kobolds in our mine. No good can come of this. Here, take this as payment, and when you're ready, speak to me again. I would like you to go back to the mines one more time. I yearn for the mines.
Need help?
Your previous investigations are proof that the Echo Ridge mine needs purging. These entire mines need to be purged. Your previous investigations are proof that the Echo Ridge mine needs purging. Return to the mine and help clear it of the kobolds. Waste no time, Lorik. The longer the kobolds are left... What we have found is that we initially believed that the kobolds were just kind of like wandering in, but we are now starting to kind of figure out that they are a bigger problem than we thought. Why are they in the mines? Are they trying to mine resources so that they can make their own little kobold homes? Or are they just trying to get wax and stuff for their candles? I don't know. Now, what we know in Classic WoW is mob tags are not shared. So even if someone's on the same side as us, what's going to happen is if they tag the mob, like, we can't tag it or get credit for it. So commonly what people will do is we have to kill the 12 kobold laborers. What a lot of players would do is they would go ahead and team up, because obviously what happens is you kill the things faster, and you all get credit for the same thing. Now, with that, there are some quests that people will not team up for, which are like maybe collecting quests, because people are like, oh, hey, I'm sitting here and I'm trying to share these drop rates with other players, meaning like Ladrana, I've played with him many times before, and he has gotten all the items before I even got my like half of them. So some people might do collecting quests solo. So okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to take a picture, screenshot. We want some screenshots. So what you will see a lot in Classic WoW are players going ahead and grouping up because of the fact that mob tags were not shared and kill quests were much easier with a group. This includes elite mobs, which we will see eventually, and that is going to be their name tag will be surrounded with a golden dragon.
What can I do for you? Well met.
Once again, you have earned my respect and the gratitude of the Stormwind army. There may yet be kobolds in the mine, but I will marshal others against them. We have further tasks for you. So, alright. So obviously we've done our task, which is good. Now what he wants us to do is he's like, okay, you've done enough. We need you for other things. So what we can assume now is that the rest of the forces are just going to go in and take the kobolds out completely. We will go ahead and get some boots.
Or the Alliance. What can I do for you?
Lorik, you are a paladin with proven interest in the security of Northshire. You are now tasked with the protection of the surrounding Elwyn Forest. If you accept this duty, then I have prepared papers that must be delivered to Marshal Dugan in Goldshire. Goldshire lies along the southern road, past the border gates.
Go with honor, friend.
Yes, we will. But first, what we need to do is... And I love how he salutes whenever he accepts the quest. That's really cool. We need to help... I'm also level 4, so I need to go and do some stuff. Yeah, the lighting in the mines are really well done. The War Within was where I really started noticing, like, in the hallways and in caves and stuff, how, like, the ambiance really changes and how well they did sound design. And that's a reason why I'm not sitting here and doing... So what we see is this is the cathedral, and what we see is we have graveyards. So this is their little like cathedral in Northshire Valley. And then you've got your surrounding wall, which is to kind of like help where the mountains. So like the good thing about like planting bases in the middle of mountains like this is it's extremely hard for enemies to come and actually like invade, like, because they have to climb up the mountains. They have to climb up them and then climb down them. And so they can just be shot down. Also, what can happen a lot of times is there can also be archers and things up on these hills and stuff, or snipers that can like kill things from far away. So it's very smart to have like this little thing in here. Now they have to build these walls because obviously it's not completely surrounded by mountains. There are some places that are a little more like flat. So they built these walls to make it a little bit easier in that portion. So whenever you're in classic World of Warcraft, the good thing is it gives you explicit details on where the hell you're supposed to go. So it says, recently a new group of thieves have been hanging around Northshire. They call themselves the Defias Brotherhood and have been seen across the river to the east. I don't know what they're up to, but I'm sure it's not good. Bring me the bandanas of what they wear and I'll reward you with a weapon. So with this, that he has told us what is happening. It's a group of thieves and they're hanging around Northshire. They call themselves the Defias Brotherhood, and then he tells us, hey, they have been seen across the river to the east. So with this, you see that this is north on the map, so you know that this is going to be like west, this is east, and then this is south. And then so what we see is obviously over here on the map looking towards the east is that there's the river. So we know that we need to go ahead and go over here, and there will be Defias thugs. And what we have to do is now we have to go ahead and get bandanas from them as proof of like our dude. And so it looks like this is a vineyard with like where fruit and stuff are. And it seems like what they might be doing is they might either just be hanging around. They also might be sitting here and trying to like destroy the vineyard to kind of like hinder their resources. Or they could be stealing it from for themselves. Who knows? Overall, I want to thank you guys for being here for this first episode. I'm really excited about this challenge. I think this is going to be really fun. Now, I like playing a paladin on this because the thing is I have, in the history of playing this game, I have played tank, I have played healer, and I have played DPS. So paladin is flexible in that way because you can sit here and you can play all three of those roles on paladin between holy, protection, or retribution. With this, you can see how they actually like do damage to us. So I can be pretty flexible when we're in the actual Eric Padfoot. So the drop rates for this are pretty good, which is nice. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to help her. There you go. If I see someone doing something, then we definitely are going to go ahead and like help them. Okay, it says this land belongs to the Defias Brotherhood now. So they're not saying much else. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and go back. And it looks like the Defias haven't really set up anything. So if you see what they're wearing a lot of what seems like patchy kind of clothes, and it seems to be stitched together. So what you can see is that they're not wearing any sort of like armor. This could be cloth or this could be leather. I don't know. And these outhouses, I don't know if these were brought by the Defias themselves or if it was from the vineyard workers. Who knows? What we do need to do is we absolutely need to write some notes down. Let me get back first. So what we're going to need is we're going to need first aid and we're going to need fishing because obviously he's going to be able to need to tend his wounds or tend other people's wounds whenever he can't use like mana or whatever. And then we need fishing because that's going to be good for cooking. Yes, exactly.
You need something?
Have you gathered those bandanas for me? Back with some bandanas, I see. The Stormwind Army appreciates your help.
Hello. What can I do for you?
You've shown yourself a dependable paladin, Lorik. Dependable and not afraid to get your hands dirty, eh? I have a friend, Millie Osworth, who's in some trouble. She's over with her wagon on the other side of the abbey, near the stable. I'm sure she could use a pair of hands like yours. Over there?
Have a good one.
Garrick Padfoot, a cutthroat who's plagued our farmers and merchants for weeks, was seen at a shack near the vineyards, which lies east of the abbey and across the bridge. Bring me the villain's head and earn his bounty. But be wary, Lorik. Garrick has gathered a gang of thugs around him. He will not be an easy man to reach. That's fine. Okay, so we need to take some notes. So what do we know so far? Overall, the Stormwind Army, low in numbers, and they are recruiting adventurers to bolster their cause. Now, Northshire and Elwyn are plagued with enemies that weaken the alliance position. And that's going to be, so far, kobolds, timberwolves, and enemy faction of humans that call themselves the Defias Brotherhood. Okay, That is very good. Said stables. Oh. I never knew this was back. I don't know if I knew I was this back here. It's been so fucking long since I've done this. I hardly ever did human starting zone. Okay.
Good day to you.
Oh, Deputy Willem told you to speak with me. He's a brave man and always willing to help. But his duties keep him stuck at Northshire Abbey, and I'm afraid the problem I have today is beyond him. Perhaps you can help me?
Safe travels.
A gang of brigands, the Defias, moved into the Northshire vineyards while I was harvesting. I reported it to Northshire guards, and they assured me they'd take care of things, but I'm afraid for my crop of grapes. If the Defias don't steal them, when I fear our guards will trample them. Oh, if the Defias don't steal them, then I fear our guards will trample them when they chase away the thugs. Please, you must help me. I gathered most of my grapes in a bucket, but I left them in the vineyards to the southeast. Bring me those buckets and save my harvest. Okay, so now we've got to answer to our question. So yeah, there are people that are sitting here, and they don't know if the Defias are stealing them or not, but
See you later.
she, Millie Osworth, one of the farmers here, he's like, hey, I need my grapes. And one thing that you can see in the design of these zones is a lot of these zones are reminiscent of Warcraft 3, Warcraft 1 and Warcraft 2 and Warcraft 3. You've got your little like buildings that you've got your stables, you've got your church, all of these things, your abbey, all of these things. But you've also got your enemies, but you also have not only like the like NPCs, but you also have the peons or the workers, which is what these guys are, the Northshire peasants and stuff. These would serve as your workers who gather the resources for you in Warcraft 1 through 3, which is really neat to think about. And then you've got where you get resources. So what do you get resources in Warcraft 1, 2, 3? You get wood and you get like gold and stuff. So we had that mine that we were in with the Goldshire, and then the trees and stuff. So it's kind of like, yeah, so it's like you're kind of in Warcraft right now, but it's kind of pulled down to your height. If you never thought about it like that. That's one thing that I noticed, and I was like, this is really cool. Because this game only takes like 4 years after the Horde and the Alliance joined together and defeated like people, the common enemy in Warcraft 3. Did you ever notice that, Moss? I see those fools of Abby sent some fresh meat for us. Fresh meat. I wonder if she's saying, oh, he's new and we'll be able to kill him easily. Or do they want to eat me? I don't know. Are some of the Defias cannibals? Who knows? That could be an interesting twist. I think he's back here somewhere. Garrick Padfoot, the guy that we have cut off his head. Yeah, just his head. I can't wait for you to get to the proper Warhammer instead of the sledge. What, you don't like it? I also have a Warhammer. I need to use it real quick. After I get out of combat. Like a big ass mallet now. Yeah, this one's more of a Warhammer. It's wood. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay, so I have to assume now we have to find Garrick. He's back here. Yeah, we can kill him. Okay, now what we need to do is take his head. Right. Good. And we are level 5. Hell yeah. But yes, absolutely, Paul. You would probably be right.
How are you? Hello.
Oh, thank you, Lorik. You saved my harvest, and I hope you showed a few of those Defias that they can't cause trouble around here. We might be short on guards these days, but we're lucky to have heroes like you to protect us. So this is like the earliest reference of us being a hero. This is the earliest reference of us being a hero. Because we are a simple adventurer who doesn't do much. But she is already calling us a hero because we have been helping the guards and saving their stuff. Now that my crop is saved, take this great manifest to Brother Niels. He manages a store of food and drink in Northshire, and I'm sure he'll be delighted to hear that he has fresh grapes. You'll find Brother Niels in the Abbey, in the bell tower, where he likes to taste his wine.
See you around.
So what we need to see is they are not these enemies are fighting guards and also disrupting and stealing supplies and food from farms. Hey.
How are you?
Did you find Garrick's shack? Are we finally free of that villain? You caught him. You've done Elwyn a great service and earned a nice bounty. Hell yeah. We are going to get the Ensign Cloak because that's just a little more noble for us. Yeah, that looks way better. Here's a great manifest. Brother Niels, my grapes are saved. Lurk, the bearer of this manifest, braved my thug-infested vineyard and gathered the grapes that I could not. Although the Defias still roam across the river, nearly my entire crop has been salvaged. You may add a full load of grape bushels to your stores. May the light protect us, Millie Osworth. I do too. I'm quite excited. So she said bell tower, so I believe it's up here. I love a Gregorian chant so much. Ugh. So this must be where he keeps all of the wine and stuff.
You need something?
You look to be in fine spirits. Come, have a seat and drink.
Hello.
Let's see here. Oh my, Millie's grapes have been saved. When she told me that brigands overran her vineyards, I nearly despaired, but my faith in the light did not waver. And through your bravery, we now have grapes for more wine. May the light bless you, Lorik, and keep you safe.
See you around.
Hell yeah. What is this? What is this up here? What is this building? Is there supposed to be a bell that you're supposed to go up and ring? I don't know. But it says bell tower, but how do you get up there? That's what I would like to know. Maybe they didn't finish it. Maybe they're still rebuilding it.
I supply only the finest goods.
So we have done all of our quests here. So now what we have to do is we need to go to Goldshire. After I get my ability. They even use a lot of the same audio files from the 90s game for the peasants and peons. Yes, they do. I'm not even gonna put any map markers on because why not? Why not be more immersed? So we have Judgment now. Judgment is going to be great because it will sit here and before Seal of Righteousness expires now. So right now it gives us 9 additional holy damage. Now we can use Judgment right before Seal of Righteousness expires, and it will unleash the Seal of Righteousness's energy, and it will cause an additional 22 damage to an enemy. So we get 3 or 4 different seals, and we can use Judgment to unleash the energy of that seal. You can only use 1 seal at a time, though, as a guide. All right, so we got this letter, and it's like, okay, you've done a good job. We can take care of the kobolds. We can take care of the Defias here. We can take care of the wolves. We need you to go and help Marshal McBride in Goldshire. So we have reports that we need to take to Marshal McBride there. Now, here are the reports. So, Marshal McBride turned in these documents. Report, kobolds. The activity of kobolds has increased in the vicinity of Northshire Valley. They camp north of the Abbey and within the Echo Ridge Mine in alarming numbers. I have marshaled paladins, warriors, and other local folk to aid me in ridding us of the vermin. This progresses well, and I will update as needed. Report, thieves. More alarming than the kobolds, a human gang of thieves has emerged from in the valley. They wear red bandanas and call themselves a brotherhood. This level of organization may lead to trouble, both here and in all of Elwyn Forest. We have identified one of their leaders, one Garrick Padfoot, and hope to bring him to justice soon. Report, wolves. There has been an increase in reported animal attacks in Northshire. Egan believes the wolves in the valley were scared here from Duskwood. So we have our answer on the wolves. The wolves weren't hunting the kobolds. They were here because they were scared from Duskwood, so they ran over here. Although the wolves rarely hunt human prey, the sheer number of them has caused some incidents with farmers, and many livestock have gone missing. So, and then the commendation. The bearer of these documents is to be awarded deputy status with Stormwind Army, having served Northshire with eagerness and distinction. I'm confident you will find this person useful in Elwyn Forest. Signed, Marshal Douglas McBride, Stormwind Army, Northshire. Okay, so that's something we can write down. Is Lorik is a member of the Knight of the Silver Hand. After his efforts in Northshire, he obtained the status of deputy in the Alliance Army. In the Stormwind Army. Yeah, because I forgot there's different kingdoms. Okay.
Good day to you.
Falcon Isenstrider. Every adventurer should rest when exhaustion sets in, and there is no finer place to get rest and relaxation than at Lion's Pride Inn. My best friend, Innkeeper Farley, runs the Lion's Pride. If you tell him I sent you, he may give you the special discounted rates on food and drink. To find Lion's Pride Inn, travel south along the road from here. You can't miss it.
See you around.
And so as you go down, what you start to notice is that there are sheep and cows and stuff, and then there are houses. So with this, the houses might be occupied by people that are friendly or that are enemies. So, what we can do is there is this house right on the outside full of cats, and it has Donnie Athenia, who like has like cats.
How are you?
And so if I want to sit here and get cats, I could. Like if I wanted a little pet to like
Have a
follow
good
me around. So the deal with the Defias Brotherhood so far is that they are setting up in Northshire Valley and Elwyn Forest. And pretty much all we know of them right now is that they're thieves and they wear red bandanas. So yeah. Or do you want to know their motives of like why they're doing what they are doing? Like, but we don't learn that till later in game. Would you rather me wait till we learn it in game, or would you rather me go ahead and explain the Defias Brotherhood now? Yeah, so far what we know is that they are thieves that are invading Northshire Valley, and Marshal Dugan believes that they could be a bigger problem in all of Elwyn. So we are now there in our report. We saw them in the vineyards, so we had to recover some grapes, because either they were still in the grapes or they were just kind of having their own little like stronghold before they were trying to attack us. So yeah, this is a bit of a newer threat that they are kind of like, we don't know how we're gonna deal with these thieves. But yeah, so this is Donnie Athenia. She's a crazy cat lady. You can buy cats from her. You can buy a Bombay. You can buy that one. You can buy a Silver Tabby. You can buy a Cornish Rex. Or you can buy an Orange Tabby. Okay, I want to see down here. There's a dock. Yeah, I figured there's a fishing trainer down here. I would like to get some fishing because sometimes we just want to sit and talk about things. And fishing is a good activity for that. And fishing will also go well with cooking.
What can I do for you? Have a good one. You need something?
What we're going to need to do is we're going to need to buy a fishing pole. Skinning trainer, leatherworking. I think I'm probably going to get blacksmithing and mining, if I'm being quite honest. These are your standard. What is this noise in here? What is this music in here? Holy shit. That was ominous. A creepy Easter egg with the kids? What do you mean? What creepy Easter egg with the kids? That's something we're gonna have to find out, I guess. Because holy shit, that was horrific. Whew.
Well met. Greetings. For the Alliance.
Ugh, it's hard enough keeping order around here without all these new troubles popping up. I hope you have good news, Lorik.
Need help?
You have word from McBride. Oh, it was from McBride to Dugan. Okay, so Marshall Dugan's in Goldshire. McBride is back in, okay, Northshire. Okay. You have word from McBride. Northshire is a garden compared to Elwyn Forest, but I wonder what Marshal McBride has to report. Here, let me have his papers.
King's honor, friend.
Well, it says here that you've been awarded acting deputy status with the Stormwind Marshals. Congratulations. And good luck. Keeping Elwyn safe is no picnic. What with most of the army busy doing who knows what for who knows which noble. Hard to keep track of politics in these dark days.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, I think we'll do blacksmithing so that we can okay. Very children of the corn.
Light be with you. Be careful.
Need to find a mining trainer. Does anyone know where we would find a mining trainer in Goldshire? Okay.
Well met.
Oh, we have to go to Stormwind. Wow, okay. And you have your standard inn music, which is neat. So it's very cozy, very cute. And this is a kitchen, so yeah, there's a cook, which is great.
Hey there.
Safe travels. What can I help you with? Go with honor, friend.
Alright, so there are warlocks down here. That's just not ominous at all. Warlocks in them. That's an interesting way to store things. I want to know, like, how you would sit here and, like... Yeah, like, you can see the men are kind of built like this, because if you notice, probably a lot of this, you saw that they're cutting trees, they're obviously doing a lot of hunting, but also probably moving boxes and stringing them up, as well as sitting here and, like, building these houses and stuff. So it's no wonder the guys here are built like trucks. But they do seem pretty organized whenever it actually comes to, like, storing their, like, silverware and stuff like that.
How are you? You need something?
Welcome to my inn, weary traveler. What can I do for you?
Looking for something specific?
Rest and relaxation for the tired and cold. That's our motto. Please take a seat by the fire and rest your weary bones. Would you like to try a sampling of some of our fine food and drink?
See you around. Hello. Have a good day.
What can I do at an inn? What can you do at an inn? Well, when you say stay at an inn, when you stay at an inn, you rest very comfortably. Because of this, you will become well rested much more quickly than you would in the wilderness. When you are well rested, you learn more from experience. You may also speak with any innkeeper to get a hearthstone and can later use the hearthstone in order to quickly return to that inn.
See you later.
That's very neat. So it looks like you can come in and it looks like there's, like, obviously dishware already there for you. So maybe they just come out with a pot and they just kind of, like, serve it to you. And then it seems like they have books and stuff too if you want to go ahead and read. Yeah, it's exactly Moss. I mean, exactly Astaroth. And then you come up here and then you've got your little inn places. You've got your clothes and your, like, wardrobe and everything. Pretty neat. I'm very glad that you're enjoying the stream, Moss. I'm hoping that you guys end up enjoying this. I like the idea of this challenge. It's just a long-form challenge that's never meant to be completed. It's gonna live as long as WoW lives, and we're just gonna continue doing it. It'll be... Well, that's just a regular person, okay. It's kind of jump scared me a little bit. I wonder if rogues can actually open this. If not, this might be something for a quest. Yeah, that was interesting. I was like, what the fuck? All right. And with that, you guys, I think that we are done for the night, because it has been a little over 2 hours, and I don't want to get started on Elwyn yet because Elwyn is quite a bit, and it is already 12 a.m. So I would like to do a longer stream tomorrow where we will do all of Elwyn, and then we will move on to Westfall. No, this does not mean that I'm going to try to rush through Elwyn. This just means that we are going to sit here and it's just kind of like an expectation for tomorrow. So Elwyn tomorrow as well as Westfall. How she got up there? Wait, hold on. Right there. So you can stand on these candles. With that being said, you guys, that is all that we've got for today. So pretty much what we have found out is that so pretty much what we found out from things is that the Stormwind army has been kind of low on soldiers, and what has happened is there are a lot of threats that are in Elwyn and in Northshire. The threats so far that we've encountered are not only kobolds that are invading the mines. Wolves have been scared here from Duskwood, and they are taking the livestock. And then it seems like the Defias Brotherhood are not only attacking the guards, but also sitting here and stealing from farmers. They're stealing valuable like resources, food, supplies, and things like that. So we are now we are a paladin, we are a knight of the Silver Hand, and then we are also a deputy in the Stormwind army. So with that, I look forward to exploring more of Elwyn and tomorrow, and continuing our journey with the Azerothian archives. This was the first stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Have a very wonderful night. See you guys tomorrow. All the love, and I will see you guys soon. All right. Bye.